everybody, it's Chris Eads, known online as Wootini, here with another Gay Gamer video podcast. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I have a lot to talk about because I didn't do an episode last week because it was Christmas. So I want to show off my Christmas presents, but first, a couple of quick movie reviews. First, before Christmas, I went to see Avatar: The Way of Water, which was just mind-blowingly amazing in IMAX 3D. The visuals are stunning. Like, the technology of the animation and everything is so good now. It just looks real. And the underwater vistas were spectacular in 3D. I can't imagine seeing this in 2D. It'd be like watching it on a black and white television. Although I will say that I was not a big fan of the HDR. Like, the frame rate kept changing, so sometimes it looked like a film, and then it would go to the high frame rate and it would look like cheesy video, and it was very distracting because it kept switching back and forth. I'm not really sure why he chose to do that, but whatever. The story, unfortunately it's very similar to the first one, where it's just evil humans versus the kind Na'vi, and they're invading their planet. However, this one does add a few more wrinkles to make the story a little more interesting. So while I wish it was much more of a different plot, it's still fine, and it's not bad. And James Cameron is very good at making 3-hour movies that do not feel like they are 3 hours long. I don't know how he does it. The thing just breezes by. But with this 3-hour plus running time, I kind of wish that we'd spent a little more time in the beginning establishing the family unit, because there's just this big exposition dump that's like, they got married, they had kids, here's all the kids, here's everything, and now let's get into the story. And it was like, slow down a minute. Because if we had spent more time in the beginning getting to know the family and the kids, I feel like they would have been established more, and then a climactic moment that happens at the end of the film would have been much more dramatic, the way that Cameron probably intended it to be, because it just didn't work for me, because it just didn't care enough, unfortunately. And then this past weekend, I went to see The Whale. And yes, Brendan Fraser is great in this movie. It's very impressive that he can act through all of those prosthetics. And I will say that Hong Tao is also great as his friend Liz. She's fantastic. And she should also get a nomination. But I will say that Sadie Sink is just annoying and grating and very one note as his daughter. Like, she just didn't have any layers to her character, so she was just annoying. And there was no, like, I'm annoying because of this, and I'm hurting inside, that kind of thing. Like, I just didn't get any layers from her, and she was just really irritating every time she was on screen. I just wanted to die. The story is not as good as the performances, unfortunately, so I just sort of, like, I watched it, and I enjoyed it, and there was some good acting going on, and it's very sad and tragic and all, but I don't, I didn't cry or anything. It didn't affect me that much. So I kind of wish that the script had been up to the level of the actors, except for Sadie Sink. Okay, so now, Christmas. In my stocking, I got this cute little Animal Crossing Pez KK slider. And then I also got, of course, the 2023 Animal Crossing calendar. And I got little Timmy and Tommy in their little island outfits with a little flag and everything. So cute. And then I got June Brown's autobiography, Before the Year Dot. She's an actress. She passed away this past year. And she starred on EastEnders, the British soap opera that I love so much. And so this is the story of her life up until when she started on EastEnders. I would have preferred it to include more EastEnders so that I could get some backstage gossip, but whatever. And then he got me this fantastic movie, Olivia Newton-John starring in Tomorrow, which is this weird science fiction musical, and cheesier than Xanadu, clearly. I've only watched like the first 10 minutes or so, but it's already kind of awesome. So I can't wait to sit down and watch the whole thing. And then my favoriteest present is a Dragon Sound t-shirt. Friends for Eternity. If you don't know what this is, then you clearly have not seen the amazing cult classic, Miami Connection, which you should remedy that as soon as possible. because it is the cheesiest, worst, most awful movie I've ever seen, but in a good way. And it's kind of endearing in how bad it is. I love it. So as for gaming, I've basically just been playing Mass Effect a whole lot. In fact, I've been playing so much Mass Effect that I almost got to the ending by accident. I did a bunch of side quests, and then I went, and it's like, okay, and I went to Vermeer, and it was like, I'm on the island planet and everything, and then I got to the scene where they were like, okay, do you want Caden to come with me, or do you want Ashley to come with me? And I went, oh shit, wait, this is where I have to pick between Caden and Ashley, and who lives and who dies. Ashley dies every time because she's a horrible racist bitch, but whatever. She's just an awful person, and I'm going to romance Caden at the end, so I have to keep him alive for that. But it's like, I was like, wait, this can't be the end. It's been only a couple of weeks of playing this. Like, what's happening? So I immediately reloaded my previous save from when I was back on the ship before I landed on the planet, and I was like, no. I'm gonna do a bunch more stuff. And like, I didn't do the DLC mission on the asteroid, and it's like, let me go and do other things before I go there. So I went back to the Citadel, and I walked around the Citadel, and ended up running into a bunch of people who gave me new side quests, and I had a whole bunch of other things to do, because I was like, no, I'm not done yet. I need to make this last until the end of January so that I can play Season when it comes out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, because I feel like I'm just flying through it this time, but maybe I'll play something else in the meantime. I don't know. Because this January's PlayStation Plus games are kind of irritating, because they decided to give away Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and I was like, I paid for that. I mean, I only paid like $9 for it, but still, if I'd held out a little while, I could have gotten it for free. I didn't think that would be a free game at any point, so dang it. It's always annoying when they give away a free game that I've already bought. That's irritating, but oh well. So yeah, I'm gonna try to stretch out Mass Effect. Maybe I should play it less often, but I can't, because it's so good. I'd forgotten how good it is, and I just get sucked into it. And I'm like, one more planet, let's go on one more mission, let's do this, let's do that, and it's just like, it's a really good game. So I kind of don't mind that I'm playing it again instead of something new. So that is it. I'm gonna call it quits for this episode and come back next time and see if I'm still playing Mass Effect or if I accidentally got to the end again. Bye!